Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the GamerChat Podcast. I'm your host, Davey Boy, and with me, as always, is the one, the only, Joe. Joe, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. I'm really good. I've had a busy week, but you know what? I've done a lot of gaming this week, and this first time I feel like in a long time I've actually said that. I've done a fair amount of gaming, and I'm looking forward to talking about that as well as the other stuff we've got to talk about. And oh boy, Xbox giving us literally every week they've got something to give us, and unfortunately, not for them, it's not always good.
It never really is. They've done the classical, oh, Xbox is on momentum, it's on a roll, and then boom, rake, boom, rake, boom, rake. And this is pivotal, and it'll probably be something that'll be in the title of the video, which we'll be talking about, is Xbox going to be under the Microsoft umbrella for much longer? But that's something that we will talk about in a little bit. Some housekeeping before we start, or actually before we even start. There's this little thing called the World Cup going on right now. My country is unfortunately not in it. My fiance is Brazilian, so therefore I support Brazil for the next few weeks.
Understandably so, yeah. Yeah.
Your team has yet to play. How confident are you in England, and how far are they going to get?
Here's the thing. I've never really been massive on international football, like club over country generally, but I do want England to win. I care even less now they've got no Liverpool players in. So what I really want from this World Cup is for all the Liverpool players to return from the World Cup without any injuries. That's what I really want. But no, I do. In all seriousness, I do want England to win. I think they could go on and win it, but I mean,
it's hard.
I think they will. I think there's a lot of other. I think there's a fair few other good sides, and they would need to be lucky to win. But of course, anything's possible.
Yeah, no. I feel like this year is weirder because it's held in Mexico, America, and Canada, and European teams aren't used to that humidity. So that's going to play a big factor, I think. If I was to say who would win it, maybe Spain, maybe France. They're the two that kind of got to me. My dark horse, being perfectly honest, completely honest, is Japan. I think Japan would probably do well enough to get maybe quarters. That's something, quarters. But it's hard to say. It really all depends on how we see going into the final parts, because this is the biggest tournament yet. There's 48 teams.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean some group games are going to be pretty unbearable to watch, to be fair, because of that. You have to think. But I will say this: I was pretty impressed with the USA. Therefore, wow, they did pretty well.
They did.
What was the other game? Was it
Mexico?
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that one. The other, is it Czech Republic or something?
Oh, the Czech Republic Qatar one. Oh no, that was Switzerland and Qatar. Czech Republic was against. How am I not remembering this right now?
I don't.
Oh, it was Korea. Korea,
yeah, that was a good game.
That's been the best games. That's been the best game so far.
Oh yeah, that was incredible. So yeah, and that did surprise me. I'm really annoyed that it's on such horrible. On at such horrible times.
For you,
mate, I'm normally tucked in to bed by 10 o'clock. I don't stay up late nowadays.
Yeah, no. As someone who works in night shifts and seeing that a match is on at 2 a.m., lovely. My phone is being planted up there on the shelf while I work away for the night. And this today, there's about 4 matches, and they're back to back to back. And the best thing about this entire thing is watching the World Cup for free is the best part. They cannot restrict that. Obviously, you have to make an account, and for me, I watch it on the RTE player. For you, you probably watch it on BBC or ITV or something like that.
I watch at the pub. I don't have. I don't. Yeah, no. I don't watch. I don't have it at home, so I watch it at the pub. So
yeah.
If I want to watch it, all the highlights, on
YouTube
or something.
Yeah. No, I tend to watch as much football as I can, especially because once every 4 years. I might.
Absolutely. I mean, the World Cup's massive. I'm pleased that it's in North America and America, or some of it's in North America this year, because the bigger it gets there, the more, the higher the quality. There's a lot. American sports are like massive financial institutions. Like football's the biggest sport in the world. I feel like the bigger it gets there, the more we're going to see the quality around the world increase.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I will say this, and it absolutely pissed me off. I watched it through a VPN on American channels on the CBS over there. Bro, they have ads during the water break on the American one.
I know, yeah. That's why it's in there.
And
Did you hear Jurgen Klopp? So Jurgen Klopp came out and he's just like, I don't like this. Who's this really benefiting? It's not benefiting.
It's benefiting the American people that are putting in ads. That's literally the only thing. Like literally, it could like something could happen leading into that. Like I think it was like, I can't remember the match, but one match it had went to a break early while the game was still in play. Like there could have been a goal in that time. I would have been fuming if a goal was scored and I missed that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, what? Hang on a moment. So the advert didn't even stop in time from the water break?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's ridiculous.
Because like the water break is 3 minutes long, and sometimes the ads are roughly between 3 to 5 minutes long.
That's not acceptable.
Yeah, and like some people are complaining about that, but then I was just like, oh, I can watch it on the RTE player. I have the RTE player on my phone, my computer, and my TV. So if I'm in any of the rooms, I'm watching it. But yeah, that's enough for that. We'll probably discuss it more during like later on, later stages when it gets a bit more exciting to see who actually goes through or not. Because there's some teams that'll get knocked out early.
Who do you think is going to get knocked out early?
Ooh, there's some. Oh, that's a good question. I want to say Germany.
Really?
But at the same time, they kind of have an okay squad, or an okay group.
But they're pragmatic as you like, the Germans. I've seen them win tournaments, World Cups or Euros and stuff like that with an average team.
Yeah. But the standard is so higher though, Joe. Like it's so much higher now. Like you see Lamal for fucking like. Lamal is like, don't quote me on this, but isn't Lamal one of the McDonald's fucking cup things that you can get for the World Cup thing? Isn't he on one of them? And he's 18 years of age. There's Ronaldinho. That like I got one yesterday. I got Thierry Henry. Very disappointed. I wanted Ronaldinho. Then they've got, what else have they got? They've got Thierry Henry, Ronaldinho. No, I don't think Zidane's on it because they have Thierry Henry for that. Oh, Ronaldo, Messi, and then Spain is Yamal. Kids, it's ridiculous. But that is that. We'll get back into that. Let's start with housekeeping now, I guess. So if you can check up on the YouTube channel, I've done reaction videos to Fable. I've done reactions to the Halo gameplay. Yeah, but don't worry, we're going to be talking about those a bit. I can't wait to talk about Fable with you.
Oh man, I'm so excited for it.
Xbox has released those. Then the games that I played this week are James Bond, finished it. Stay tuned for a spoiler cast at the end of the episode. Joe and I will go into discussion how we feel about that and where we hope that they go forward with the game. Then we've got some Final Fantasy Rebirth. I'm replaying through Rebirth now after seeing that beautiful Revelations trailer at the Summer Game Showcase. I'm replaying that. And then my beloved Destiny 2 got its final update. And I've been playing through that with some of my mates. And it's a shame. It is a shame because that game is doing pretty well at the moment. And I think Sony is going to regret what they're doing. But I have more thoughts on that later. But Joe, tell me, what have you been playing?
Again, 007 First Light, finished it. It's fantastic. We'll talk more about that on the spoiler cast. But I had such fun playing that game, honestly. Of that style game, it's the most fun I've had with that sort of game in a long time.
You mean like a third-person shooter, like a third-person type of game? Is it like a action game?
The third-person action narrative-driven type experience. Linear type.
Yeah. Okay.
Atomfall I've been playing. That came out, I think, a year or two ago now.
Yeah, it came out in like January. It was a Game Pass release. I remember that. Is that the first person?
I think it was January, maybe even last year.
Mm-hmm.
Is it January this year, maybe? Anyway.
No, last year.
It's kind of like Bioshock meets Fallout meets I don't know, the Outer Worlds. It's I'm early into it. I think I'm about an hour and a half, 2 hours into it. Maybe fractionally more, and it is it's tough at the moment. I'm finding that you have to be really stealthy with combat, and I've spent like 2 hours. So as you early on in the game, you sort of come out of this you really get released from this vault, and you can go either left or right. I went left, found a weapon, and then went back and up the hill and right, and then into this mine. Came out the mine, and then it's just like this massive enemy camp, and I've spent ages killing all the enemies in there because I have to do it. Like, I tried multiple times to go in there and just shoot them and like hit them with weapons and stuff like that. The combat is a bit slow, but good. But yeah, man, I'm having a lot of fun with that game so far. I'm early doors. I'm gonna get back to it a bit later on today, or maybe in the week.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is, I've taken a big undertaking.
It's
I've played through it once already, like almost like all the way through at the time, and that was Elder Scrolls Online. I finished the original and the Morrowind expansion of the faction that I was. I got to like one of the highest level that you could get, like, and all the champion levels and stuff. I'm looking forward to going back to it. There's been loads of content since. I'm going to be playing with my buddy Joss. I hope that that Davey boy can find some time to play with me as well. We'll see though on that one. And I'm also about to start this game called Windfall, which came out relatively recently. I bought it a while ago, and I'm going to be starting that at some point. So yeah. What about that's me, and that's I swear the most games you'll probably have from me of what I've played. In in a long time.
Like when you messaged me and you said, "Oh, I bought ESO," it's like, bro, like you're gonna have no life to play anything else coming out. Like that game is gonna consume you. But like I actually have a gripe with PlayStation at the moment. I should say it now. So I've been currently playing through Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. That game is streamable on my PlayStation Portal.
Yep.
I can stream games such as Ape Escape, Time Splinters, Devil May Cry, Marathon. I can do all these games. I can even stream Final Fantasy 7 Reunion Crisis Core. I can't stream the original Final Fantasy 7, like the original PS1 game. I've been wanting to do that because I haven't played the game. I want to play that game before Revelations comes out.
Yeah.
And they don't have a streamable option for it on the game. I can play Daxter on the PSP, but I can't play the PlayStation 1, like, beloved game, Final Fantasy 7. Why can't I do that, PlayStation? I have the highest tier of the PlayStation Premium tier. Like, I can stream games from the cloud, but that game isn't on the cloud, and I don't know why. And it baffles me. The second thing is, I showed you a game I purchased the other day, and I will be playing through that after I finish Final Fantasy Rebirth. So when I redone my replay of Final Fantasy Rebirth, I'll be playing Gears of War Reloaded, getting the platinum on that.
Hell yeah.
Cannot wait for that. And then after that, I'll go back to Final Fantasy VII, the original, play through that. And then by the time things come around, also tomorrow, streaming Ocarina of Time, first time ever playing it, will be tomorrow.
Wow.
So I'll be playing. I'll be streaming that tomorrow. If my back has anything else to say about that, but you know,
Yeah.
And then all that should lead into me clearing some games off the backlog for Halo Combat Evolved. I'm actually going to buy it. I'm going to get that platinum. I'm going to play through and get that platinum. I'm curious to see bro, imagine the absolute uproar if they release this game on PlayStation, but you can't get a platinum. Because that is possible. You can upload games without getting a platinum with them. Like, you can just get them like gold trophies. You don't need to get a platinum trophy in it. But imagine the uproar. How petty Xbox would be if they launched this game with no platinum trophy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be
But I mean, there's
to be honest with you, I think only a handful of years ago there would have been uproar that this game even released on PlayStation. So
I mean, I'm not sure if you can see back there. I've two of the that game back there is Gears of War. I bought it physically for the PlayStation because it's a novelty. I will guess what I'm also doing. I'm buying Fable on PlayStation. I'm going to be buying Forza Horizon 6 on PlayStation. I'm going to be buying Halo on PlayStation. That is the 4 pillars of Xbox on PlayStation. And I plan on making a video on this whole thing. And we're going to get into a good bit of a rant later, because I know you have words to say about Microsoft as well as do I, and I can't wait to get into it. But enough of that ranting. Summer Games Fest happened last week. Was it last week?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it finished mid last week, didn't it?
And then Nintendo had a direct on the Wednesday.
Yeah, it was the Wednesday. Was it the Tuesday or the Wednesday?
I can't remember, bro.
It was midweek last week.
Yeah, and we got some great announcements.
I should say this week because it's technically Sunday. So.
Oh yeah, bro. It's like this time of the year, just everything blurs together for me. My sleep is just all over the place. Yeah. Joe, I want you to tell me some of the biggest games that you saw about this. I know you have honorable mentions, so I want you to start with your honorable mentions and then tell me your top 5 games that you're excited for.
So, I picked games that I'd not seen before.
Okay, I was wondering. I was wondering how you're going to
highlighted ones. There are. I mean, my top would probably be different, and it's actually probably harder to pick.
Mm-hmm.
But because I was struggling to pick between all of these that are listed here.
Okay.
I picked ones that were new to me. Actually, there's maybe I would maybe swap out one of these for this one here. I don't know if you can see that I've highlighted that.
No, I can't.
So I'll do this one here.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay, I'll go through my notable mentions first. So my notable mentions are Wolverine, Silent Hill, The Wolf Among Us 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. That was a game. That was the one that I wasn't sure whether it would be on the last ones or not. Maybe I'd swap it out for one of them. I don't know. But then Guild Wars 3, Star Wars Zero Company, Fable, Plague Tale Resonance, Metro 2039, Minecraft Dungeons 2, and Clockwork Revolution. Those are my notable mentions. All of those, I was like, very, very overexcited about. Some say too excited, but I say I was yeah. They got me all kinds of excited to play them.
Okay.
But moving into my top games. In no particular order, Tomb Raider. I was a huge fan of the Tomb Raider
originals,
last trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a massive fan of those. I thought they were fantastic. I can't wait. I'm really glad to have Lara back. Looking forward to playing it. Again, I do like. obviously I know I've talked about James Bond being my favorite game of that sort of ilk that I've played and really enjoyed. Tomb Raider is one of those that I really enjoy like that. So I'm really looking forward to it. Then The Lost Wild, that was again at the State of Play. The Lost Wild is that horror looking game in with dinosaurs.
That looks so good, man. Yeah.
The game looks so cool. I love dinosaurs. That's because I am one. I'm really looking forward to playing that game. It looked pretty scary as well. Then there was Hex. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Hex, yeah.
Hex looks so cool, man, and it's by this new studio called the Dead Astronauts, and they're really cool. Like I've spoken to the guy there before, like the CEO there, and I'm really excited to know more, to get to play that game. Then we've got Gears E-Day, obviously. I mean, we knew about the game. I wasn't sure if we'd seen like a brief like trailer.
We've only ever seen that cutscene where the Locust is fighting Phoenix, Marcus Phoenix, and then it actually showed E-Day. That was the only thing we ever saw.
So I'm really looking forward to Gears E-Day. I thought they've added a fair amount to that game. They've made the combat go on.
I have a question about E-Day.
Go on.
Are you playing on PC or are you playing on console?
I'll be playing on PC.
Okay, thought as much.
I will not be until I've got more. I'm not buying
a console
on console. The thing is, I've got the PC to run it at the best settings now. So like, what? I just
show off.
Well, not to show off, but like, I would play it on Xbox via Game Pass, but honestly, I'm all like buy it.
I feel like it's a game that you want to support as well.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. So I support it. I'll probably support it via Steam though. I'm just Xbox are not filling me with confidence that I want to invest more money into the platform at the moment. We'll get to that. Gears E-Day, really hyped for it. It looks so good. The combat looks way more fun. Looks more like there's a word that begins with V, which I can't think of now. So
invigorating. I don't know.
Chat or people listening, if you know what the word is I'm thinking about that begins with V, get your mind out of the gutter. It's not that one. Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments, please. Okay, and the last one, and this is because not only did I have a massive line of nostalgia when I was doing, because it's one hell of a drug. It's the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. It is, guys, it's the best rated game on Metacritic in the world for a reason. And Dave, I can't wait to get you.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm going to be watching. But yeah, I'm really looking forward. Me and my missus have been fighting over who's going to get to play it first on the Switch too. So I'm going to lose that battle. I know it, but you know. Anywho, what about you, my man?
Yeah, so for me, I could have went down a whole tangent of ridiculous amount of games. I'll pick like 2 or 3 games off the top of my head that honorable mentions, and then I'll get into my top one. So obviously Kingdom Hearts 4, Orbitals, also another one there. Just going through that, there was the Viva Room game. I've been really coming across back onto that. It was at the Xbox Showcase, I believe. Then The Last Ronin, like yourself. Will I mention one more? There's way too many, because we'll actually get into a topic later about why it's insane. But let's go through my top 5 games that I am extremely excited for. Okay, there's one other game I'll mention. Sorry, God of War LFA. Like, it's not on my list, so we'll get it. So, number 5, Castlevania Belmont's Curse. I am very much looking forward to that. Been a long time since a good Castlevania game, so I'm looking forward to this one.
I should have noted this next one as well.
Yeah,
because I'm really hyped for it as well. It's just I've seen it so many times. And there was another one that was on there that I saw so many times. I was like, yeah. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, the next one is Blood of the Dawnwalker. It almost didn't make the list because I feel like it's very stupid how they revealed the second trailer. I feel like that type of stuff they could have left by itself, like for us to experience in the game. But it does leave interpretation of I'm still excited to see where the story goes.
Yeah, I agree.
So, Blood of the Dawnwalker at number 4. Then number 3, Gears of War E-Day. Gears fan my entire life. Been there since day one. It's not going to change. I'm in the same boat as you. I did say I would buy a console, but the way that these Muppets are talking lately doesn't give me hope in wanting to buy this console at all, where I'll purchase this on Steam. Like, it'll run maybe like 1440p, 50 to 60 frames for me. Like, it doesn't need to be ultra max settings or anything like that, but it'll run. Like, Forza runs, this will run. I'm looking, so I'll get that on PC. I'll purchase it. Like, I will buy it out to support them, but, you know. Number 2, Wolverine, Insomniac. I'm excited to play a linear game from Insomniac again. This one isn't open world like Spider-Man or anything like that. So there's that, and of course, my beloved Final Fantasy Revelation. So happy to finally see that this game got announced. Looks like I'm going to go on a little tangent here. More gaming companies need to be like this. This game runs on Unreal Engine 4. We have gotten 3 Final Fantasy games that are big open world games in the space of 7 years. 7 years.
Is it UE4? Is it actually UE4, not UE5?
Yeah, it's UE4. The first game was made on UE4, and to
be fair, UE5 is causing a lot of issues.
Yeah, so you think that you'd make a game on something else if that was the problem, no? And obviously we know that Unreal Engine 6 has been announced and people are developing games on that, but we won't know what that is like until we actually get our first proper look at them. But yeah, Final Fantasy 7 Revelations, the chapter will finally conclude in spring 2027, and I cannot wait. But yeah, let's get into some of the gaming news, shall we?
Yeah, and shall we address the massive elephant in the room, or would you like to come back to that before the spoiler cast?
You said it. You said it all. You take it away. You bring it up. Go on.
So, Xbox have been in the news for better or for worse lately. Mostly, unfortunately, for worse. Despite a strong showcase, it must be said, you've got to give the credit where it's due.
Yeah.
I'm upset by what I'm hearing, and people have said that Xbox need to stop talking now, because I think actually they are at a point where they really need to stop talking. A, until they've got completely their strategy ready and it's day and night clear to everyone. But B, because show don't fucking tell. Like, because all you're doing, every communication you're doing now is you're feeding the media negativity loop, and you need to really stop that. It's not they've turned into your enemy, and I don't think you can bring it back by saying things. I think you need to do things to bring the positive PR back, right? Don't anyway. That aside, there's been multiple things that have come out recently about Xbox. There's been a number of interviews with Asher Sharma, with Matt Bull, the Chief Strategy Officer, with Asher Sharma again, and even yesterday or Friday maybe with Satya Nadella.
Mm-hmm.
It was reported by, I think, was it Bloomberg?
Yep.
That Microsoft are considering ways in which they can
spin off,
restructure. I think was the words they used, but the Xbox and gaming division, and one of those things that was considered was to Xbox being spun off as a separate entity, much in the vein that LinkedIn is, because it would be easier to sell. when Satya Nadella spoke in the interview, I got less of that feeling. Than he kind of made me think that okay, they might look to do that. Oh, because here's the thing: I don't think that they necessarily do that. I think that if it doesn't work, they'll just get rid of the console and just become a publisher because that is profitable for them, and that's what they'll do, right? I don't see the point in anyway. That's go off on a tangent, but that probably is something that's been mentioned and raised as a thing. I think probably the Xbox necessarily being sold is more likely it's a headline grabber because it's the rage clickbait and it sells the clicks basically, which is the journalist's job. Unfortunately, having said that, all of the stuff that's come out of it, talking about there was another thing that came out of it was they're working at a 3% accountability margin. I think that basically that doesn't mean that the games are making 3%. That means that overall the net revenue, the net income is a 3% profit. That's including all the spending on hardware, all the spending on the cloud servers, all the spending on buying studios, marketing, everything. That's the overall accountability margin. That's what they're talking about there.
And just for context, before the ABK deal, it was at 12%.
Yes, before the ABK deal, it was at 12%. Having said that, and I think that this is what I think the main issue has been. In that interview, Asher Sharma mentioned there's been strategic, or was it the Matthew Ball, and it was one of those two. They mentioned that there's been some poor strategic decisions, and I think one of them, and I think you agree with me because I mentioned it to you over WhatsApp, is they invested too hard in cloud. They invested so hard.
Way too hard.
They invested loads of when it was cheaper to produce consoles, they weren't producing consoles. They were like, well, we're going to get people with Game Pass in the cloud because that was their strategy, right? They were like, well, there's loads of so many territories we don't even sell consoles, so we'll make the cloud, we'll make it run really well. People don't really want to play core games in the cloud. If you're going to invest in the cloud, you need cloud style games, which means mobile style games, or point and click adventures, story driven type games that you can Jackbox style games that you can play for a hyper casual audience that are easier to monetize with microtransactions and things like that, because these are the types of games that are either low barrier to entry, low cost stuff, or they're free in your subscription service and have in-game transactions, right? That's the strategy for that. People don't want to play core games streamed because the people who play core games want the best performance sat in front of their TV without the lag that you get, which, even though it's so much better now, isn't what it was. I think that is the main area where they went wrong, because let's say they've got about, and it's estimated about 35,000 consoles out there, right, of the series consoles. Now,
30, you mean at this point, you mean 30 million consoles?
Did I say 35,000 or something?
Yeah, I was like, bro, they would be shut down already if it was
yeah. I meant 35 million. Sorry. Yeah. So about 35 million console is out there. If they hadn't have gone so hard on cloud, they could probably be about 45, maybe 50, if they'd have gone hammer and tongue at it, which would have been a damn sight better. Bearing in mind the console audience is the most monetized user base. Most of the people streaming are people streaming on console, not on TVs, not on mobiles, not on tablets, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So it's one of them, really. They and I bet you in 10 years' time we'll be having a conversation. After and Microsoft have shut this all down. And then Sony is going to come in, or someone's going to come in, and they're going to be like, "Oh, this streaming, it's so good, blah blah blah. Don't even need the console," because it's what they did before with the whole DRM and the digital thing. They had the right idea way too early, and it's classic Microsoft trying to give everyone what they want people to have rather than what the people actually want themselves. And credit to Sony, and Nintendo. They listen to what the audience want and actually give it rather than Microsoft. The other thing, of course, in my rant, sorry, I'll hand over.
No, I'm loving this. I'm loving this because I love the transparency and how you feel, because my thoughts are completely different. So I can't wait to talk more about it.
Yeah. Okay. And the other thing I think is obviously Game Pass. Game Pass. Everyone's like saying, "Oh yeah, well, no, Game Pass is subsidizing everywhere." I was like, "Well, of course it is, because it's such a good deal. All your console users, a large proportion of your most monetized users, your console users, your hardcore console users at that, not the casuals, are all subscribed to Game Pass and playing loads of games for free. So for free on Game Pass, obviously.
No, you're correct there.
So you are at you are having have a problem with third party support, whereby if a publisher isn't unless they're AAA, if an indie studio is not getting, and the most relevant one I can think of is that Moon Studios. They've got that game coming. They're like, yeah, they're Series S, whatever. It's not. They just don't. It's a margin and a budget thing. They want to release on the PlayStation and on the PC first, and the Switch, because they've got much better, more monetized install bases, and Xbox didn't give them a Game Pass deal. I've spoken to a number of publishers, and they're like, we don't even want to release really on the platform unless we have a Game Pass deal, because the games don't sell very well. The indie titles tend not to sell very well. So it's one of those things that Game Pass is too powerful, and they've dug themselves a hole with it, because they're going to have to get rid of Day One, and they're going to have to make it.
I want you to keep that type of information for the next segment.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's where I am with this. I don't think it will be sold. I actually think that there's a lot I would do to fix it, which we can get onto later. But I think that is ultimately the problem here, and I'm now worrying with all of this going on that they don't know how to fix it. I don't think they know how to fix it. So I'm now worried, as someone who has put 80% of my investments in gaming over the last since 2005. So what, 20 years or something, like into it's not quite 20 years.
I mean, were you there during the Xbox original time?
I got an Xbox. I got an OG Xbox after I got the Xbox 360.
Oh, okay.
But yes, I did, and I played some great games on that. Anyway, but before that, I had PS2. Anyway, I've spent a lot of money in the ecosystem and on the platform, and I'm worried now about spending any more money in there. I'm still subscribed to Game Pass. I will continue to be subscribed to Game Pass, like the ultimate tier. But
on PC,
I'm now hesitant about investing anymore. Actual money into the platform, because if the platform dies, I'm never going to be able to play those games. And that's why I am with it, and I'm actually genuinely think this could be the end of them. Anyway, I've spoken enough. People are probably sick to death of my voice. Let's hear your lovely Irish accent.
Well, sure. I think now the all Xbox and okay. So, is Xbox going to be sold? Maybe, but there is. As we start, I want to kind of go off what you've said a lot and kind of pick apart some things that are definitely 100% true, and I agree with almost everything, and I think I agree with most of it. I just think I'm going to come at it from a different angle. As I told you, I'm sick to death of Xbox people talking. Aaron Greenberg, shut the fuck up. You're not the CEO, so I'm not going to listen to you. You're in charge of marketing.
I feel bad for Aaron Greenberg, but yes.
I do not feel bad for him whatsoever. Not even at one bit. That dude literally needs to shut his mouth. Like, he's literally lied to us after we saw the Gears of War logo had a PS5 logo on it. He's like, oh, no, it didn't. Trying to gaslight us if we didn't see it. Like that's why there is like the whole problem with, like, as we know, Xbox put the...
My bet is he didn't know about it.
Oh, no, he did know about it. He did.
Sure?
He's marketing.
Yeah, but are you sure that... Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
He's marketing. He knows where the game's being marketed to. Like, that's just one person. I'm okay with the Matt guy. Is it Matt Ball?
Yeah, I think so.
Matt Ball and Asher. I'm okay with the two of them speaking. I don't like Matt Booty talking so much, and like there's this problem where we literally got how many days was that interview before the showcase? Oh, we don't have a creative strategy on how we're going to do things. Literally opened the show with a creative strategy, ended the show with a creative strategy. 2 exclusives on your console. That is a creative strategy that you've had, and bear in mind it was, I think, 5 weeks beforehand. The people that knew it was being pulled, like, because bear in mind, in the back end, okay, so I worked at GameStop. When there is a SKU for a game that is a placeholder, it is there well in advance, like at least 4 to 5 months.
Physical takes, exactly. It takes 4 to 5 months or so.
Yeah,
because you have to get.
And you would know as someone that's in distribution.
Exactly, yeah. I do
so these are all.
My business partner used to be the CEO of GameStop.
Yeah. So these are all things that were planned out ahead. And bear in mind, like I haven't even gotten to the case of the Xbox because you had a rant, bro. I have a rant. Okay.
Yeah, come on.
Xbox has the 3%, okay? And do you know what that 3% is with the Game Pass? Or like the 3% profit margins are from Call of Duty ABK that is subsidizing the rest of its gaming division. Do you know what would the main reason Xbox bought ABK was for Call of Duty, to put it on Game Pass, to get more people in on the Game Pass. They added it to Game Pass with Black Ops 6, lost over 300 million.
It was shite, though. I will give that.
BO6 was good. BO6 was good. BO7 was terrible. They lost an additional 200 to 300 million in revenue on that game. And they were like, you know what? That ain't working. Modern Warfare, not on the console. We're going to drop the price. Game Pass is like a goodwill, cheap win, as I like to see on the internet nowadays. It's a cheap win. And bear in mind, I fell for those cheap wins.
Well, they were trying to buy some good press because they know they'd been through the ringer. But the problem is, once they've got the good press, they've done the showcase. They just needed to stop talking and not talk until things are clear.
Okay, with that being said, okay, Asha has given us more information on the entire Xbox financing in less than 100 days than Phil and Sarah have in their entire tenure. We kept being told that, Xbox is doing healthy, like Game Pass is doing. It's not. Like, if that was the case, then why are we having to put these games on other platforms?
Well, yeah, it's because of the whole of the margins and everything like that.
Exactly.
That's why that's happened. Obviously, that's why they suddenly changed, because they bet on the wrong horse.
Absolutely, and the absolute. Like, I've talked to multiple people on this, and like my friends have done it a lot. You can literally, you can't anymore, up to about like a month or two ago. You could literally buy a month's Game Pass, play a game like South of Midnight or Pentiment or Keeper. You could play those, cancel your game membership. Microsoft will be like, would you like a refund? You say yes, and they give you back your money. You would literally played that game for free. How is that a good business strategy?
Well, I mean, I think they're probably banking on people not doing that. But yeah, I mean, it's a.
And guess what? South Midnight.
Yeah, it's a problem. Yeah.
And guess what? Bye Compulsion Games. That game studio is going to get closed down in a month.
let's get into what because I think let's get into this. 'Cause I want to hear from you. Like, I think obviously it was alluded to. Shall I just quickly read the message that they sent via Xbox Wire?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is the letter, and it's titled "Next 100 Days Xbox Reset." This is published on the 10th of June, so 4 days ago.
Yep.
Team, over the first 100 days together, we have started to revive Xbox. Our platform teams have already shipped more updates in the last 100 days than during the period year combined. We now have more active partners on Xbox than ever before. Our Game Pass team set to work fixing our offering, and after 8+ months of decline, our services started to grow again. And through player voice, we have a 24/7 channel to hear directly from players, creators, and developers. With the Xbox Game Showcase and the return of FanFest, we brought together hundreds of millions of fans globally. We reintroduced exclusives with Gears of War E-Day in 2026 and Clockwork Revolution in 2027. Players can continue to expect signature exclusive from us every year. In parallel, Playground Games reminded us that established franchises can achieve incredible new highs, referring to Forza Horizon. These results are early, but they demonstrate what is possible when we move faster, stay close to our community, and align behind a shared vision. We have made mistakes and will continue to make them, but what matters is that we listen, learn, and adjust the course where needed. Remember, our fans are rooting for us. Now we start the next 100 days. It is important to have both optimism and realism as we work to reset the business. Here are the realities that we need to navigate. Number 1. Over 1 billion players choose to play Xbox and our games each year, for a total of 72 billion hours across console, PC, mobile, and streaming, excluding much of China and a few other properties. Our franchises are also among the largest and most beloved globally, and are now breaking records in TV and film. Going forward, our competition is attention. There are more great games, TV series, franchises, creators, content formats, apps, etc. than ever before. We will end this fiscal year at about 3% accountability margin, down year over year. Excluding Activision Blizzard King, over the past 5 years, we have spent over $20 billion on ongoing investments in our content, platform, and hardware subsidy. But our annual revenue has declined nearly $500 million during that time. Going forward, this cannot continue, she's right. Number 3, we are in a hardware component crisis. When I joined as CEO in February, and by the way, this is what I was talking about when I said they invested too hard in cloud, because they now can't afford to produce consoles properly, and no one's playing on the fucking cloud.
Mm-hmm.
When I joined as CEO in February, the price we paid for console storage components was over 2 times as high as we paid last fall. These costs have since doubled again, and as we plan for the 2027 holiday season, I wonder what could be happening then. We expect another significant increase, taking us over the 5x prices we paid only 2 years earlier. Memory costs have followed a broadly similar trajectory. While the entire industry is facing a component crisis, we believe we have been impacted more greatly than many of our peers due to choices we made over the last half decade. Wonder what that choice is. Cloud. We are currently unable to make as many consoles as players want to buy. Cloud, and we need a new business model and partnerships for hardware as we remain committed to Helix. Number 4, we expanded our studio system when we needed a pipeline of content to meet multiple strategies across subscription, streaming, and devices. In the process, we have found ourselves overextended as we executed on changing strategies in a landscape of more readily available content. We are the fortunate stewards of industry-defining franchises that have enormous potential and player demand, but we have not adequately funded them to compete and win. At the same time, as we saw this past week at Showcase, a reliable pipeline of first and third-party exclusives and new IP are critical to our success. We need to reassess the balance between these and our investment priorities over the next 5 years. Number 5, you'll be thankful this is the last one. Our current platform infrastructure is not built for the battle ahead. Our systems are overly complex, spanning hundreds of dependencies, which hinders our ability to move fast. We've become too reliant on vendors to operate our systems and must become more self-reliant as engineering culture to build for the future. We must increase the value we ship to players while decreasing the time it takes to do so. Going forward, we'll evolve and rebuild our stack and look at capabilities across all of Xbox and potentially M&A to help us win in hardware, PC, mobile, and streaming. For some of you, these realities will be surprisingly and even frustrating to discover. We won't succeed by hiding hard truths, nor will we succeed by doing the same thing and expecting different results. This is the line that everyone's talking about with regards to the layoffs, which you were just alluded to, and I will hand it back over to you in just a second.
Yeah.
Like the everyday wins mentality from the first 100 days, we will sprint to make progress against hardware, content, experience, and services together. Xbox is one of the few places where people come not just to play, but to connect with others and create memories. With console at the center of how we showcase experiences are defined, Windows as one of the largest gaming platforms in the world, and the incredible games under our roof is one of the largest publishers in the world, we have the foundation in place. Let's reset for a stronger Xbox and build the #1 gaming and entertainment company. Asher and Matt. So that's the main letter, which is alluding that where she's alluded to obviously a few things that I touched on, you touched on, and you were just touching on in terms of the layoffs and studio closures. I think there's, like everyone does, because it's pretty obvious that there's going to be some studio closures. I want to know who you think is going to be the studios closing.
I feel like #1 target right now is Compulsion Games. Number 2, Double Fine. But there's going to be uproar if Double Fine get let go and Tim Schafer is gone.
I don't think that. You see, here's the thing. I don't think they'll get rid of Double Fine.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like in this aspect of it's an expensive company to run. They're based in San Francisco. Like, yes. So if they don't close them, they can close Ninja Theory. They're literally about to release a game next year. So they're actually safe.
I mean, that doesn't mean anything, though, because they released Hi-Fi Rush and then closed Tango Gameworks down 2 weeks later.
Yeah, but Senua's third party. Like, it's going to other platforms. I meant it's going multi-platform. It's not third party. It's going multi-platform. So they will make sales in that game.
Yeah, but Hi-Fi Rush was multi-platform.
It wasn't at launch.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it was.
Like on Steam, yes. Is that what you mean?
It wasn't on PlayStation.
No, it came a lot later. Came a lot later. Sure? Yeah, very sure.
Yeah, 19th of March 2024. 1 year later.
Mm-hmm. So, imagine there's a lot of... I don't know what way I'm going to wear this now. Okay.
I think Ninja Theory are at risk. I think you're right. Compulsion Games. You might be right about Double Fine. Like, actually, I didn't realize they were based in San Francisco. San Francisco is a very expensive dump.
Also, ZeniMax Studios, I could see not closing down, but being shortened, like short-staffed. I can see Bethesda, they've trimmed off all the fat of Bethesda. So, like...
I don't think all of them, if they're looking to pump out more Elder Scrolls and Fallout, I can see that, those studios being, doing more of that. And those people...
Don't worry, that we're going to get into that, because you actually commented on something that I said on Twitter, and I was very interested to go back and forth with you on it. I wanted to hold off till now, like when we get to how we fix Xbox. And like, I'm pretty sure, is that the statement where she said that she wants to work on the more bigger franchises that they have, which are Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Call of Duty, Minecraft, yeah, but I don't think we'll ever see a Minecraft 2, but we'll see spin-off.
No, but yeah, like the Minecraft Dungeons type thing.
Yeah, like that's me. We'll see spin-off series.
Yeah.
I see 1 to 2 studio closures and a lot of staff being reduced or moved to other studios
Yep. Yeah. There'll be support studios.
Yeah, like support studios. As we see,
I think Arcane are at the biggest risk. I'm honest with you.
So you think, but do you think Blade will come out or not?
I don't know.
I think it shows up next year at next showcase.
I hope so, but I think they are one of those that I would consider at risk.
Oh yeah, no, I don't disagree.
If that game's delayed,
Licensing issues, like
yeah, because don't forget that game has to sell. It'll be multi-platform.
yeah, but
that game has to sell a certain amount more to in order for the license, because you have to have a license fee as well. So they won't be making the usual, let's say 70-30, but it won't be. It'll be better than that off of Steam and PlayStation. They will then have the license fee on top of that as well. So they'll maybe be making 50-50 or 50%. A general license fee.
And it's Marvel ones as well. We've actually seen how much it cost for Spider-Man to be made. We had the Insomniac leak that shows how much they paid, like over 200 million to make each Spider-Man game because of the licensing IPs. And as we found out,
the same because of that as well.
And like I think James Bond cost 200 million to make, I believe.
Yeah, $200 million. Yeah.
And apparently, as rumored is to believe, Gears of War E-Day is 400 million.
But again, the Coalition has been one of those studios that is just been like prostituted out to all the others to support with stuff.
Absolutely.
The amount of articles I've read, where it's like, oh, support from the Coalition, and it's like, and you can see it everywhere in these games. Like,
if you actually finish games, look at the credits; it'll be there too. You know.
Yeah.
But like, the problem is, if that game is worth 400 million, and you're putting it exclusively on your console, you better be telling the developers, look, we're hanging you out to dry. We know you're not going to hit those sales numbers to bring money back, so we're going to take care of you when it comes to sale profit margins. Like, we'll give you the bonus that you would have expected to make. Like, you can't just make this exclusive and be like, oh, well, you didn't do it. It's like, you should have known that, like, the game isn't going to sell that much. If they, like, it's worrying. It is worrying. I hope they're going to help that development team because they have done so much. And the one time they're releasing a game, they're like, yeah, no, it's exclusive. You're not going to make as much money as you like the money back. I think they need to sell 6 to 7 million copies to break even.
Yeah, no. I
which is difficult while the game's on Game Pass.
Did I write that to someone on X?
I think you did. I can't remember, but I want to move on to the next segment while you look for that. And that is, how would you fix Xbox? Let's say we're about to hit the reset button. How do we fix this company as it is right now?
Well, first of all, they need to find a way to get more people playing on Xbox. Okay, here's how you do it. You need to forget about while this current consoles are out and it's costing a bomb to make consoles. You need to try and get more. You need to invest in some of the studios rather than sacking them off. You need to get them developing more casual games that will do well in a streaming service that would appeal to a casual to play on the Xbox app. Much like, and I'm talking about like phone style casual games, like super Jackbox games, party games, that type of thing, that you don't have to be playing on a controller type thing. You can play them on your TV remote type thing, that type of game, those types of games. I'd invest them in that. They need to go hard on creating a monetized ecosystem inside, and I'm talking about when you boot up an Xbox device on the Xbox application, you go into, and you have your friends list, and you can do this on your phone. Like, you need to have a shared world, a gamified world, whereby you can build in like a sandboxy type thing that's shared with anyone on your friends list, so you can go and visit your friends on it. Uh, in the veins of a Minecraft realm, where you can build and craft little bits. You can display your achievements and games that you play. You can then access your games at a click from inside of it as well. Playing games and buying, so you can have it where you can if you want to play and spend a lot of time in this area, like people doing, for example, Roblox. You can buy microtransactions in there to build up and decorate whatever, make it cool, and play mini games and stuff like that. Or you can earn rewards. You can earn them just by playing the games. So buying and playing games, or playing them via Game Pass type thing, kind of like the Microsoft rewards thing.
Mm.
So I think they need something like that. I think that's the sort of, they going back to what Asher said. Our our competition is, what is it? Our competition is attention. Um, they need something that's gonna, so that when people are casually, when people are on their phones and stuff like that, and they're playing a game on their phone, they're playing the game in the Xbox, on the Xbox app, that little ecosystem with all their mates, even if they're not playing an actual core game. So the
Mm.
way I want you to think of this is, think about something like Minecraft or Roblox or even Grounded or something like that, where it's like a little shared world experience that you can build something, and by playing more games, you get to make it bigger and bigger and bigger, and improve upon it and stuff. And there's lots of little different mini games you can do outside of it, but for the most part, it's earned by playing other games. And it's device agnostic, which means you can play Xbox mobile games, you can play Xbox console or PC type core games, or you can play like the sort of like the streamable sort of Jackbox or the movie style like point and click type games. What was that game? Dust to Dusk Till Dawn or something.
As does
Dusk
Falls.
Falls.
As does
Dusk
Falls.
Falls, great game by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And like all the Walking Dead games where it's like the Telltale ones where they're
Mm-hmm.
mostly story. Those would be great for to be streamed as well. Anyway, I get away from that. They also need to go. They need to accept they're going to make less money and just lock down exclusives and just go, this is it. We're permanently exclusive now, forever. Or the box goes bye bye. Um, uh, the other thing I would do is I would also, they need to focus on territories they can win, like Europe. Europe is so easy. Did you know? And I heard this from someone in the supply chain, that it's impossible to get consoles in in countries in Europe unless you're Germany, France. And it makes sense now hearing all of this. Like Germany, unless you're Germany, France, or the UK and Ireland, you're not getting consoles.
Yeah, I was about to say, because I can literally go onto Amazon, CX. I know CX doesn't count, but Smith's, Curry's, Harvey Norman's. I can buy Xbox right now if I want to. They're all installed there. So,
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
as they alluded to,
Yeah.
the supply demand, which has already been like, how amazingly bad of a fuck up is it that like you invest so much in cloud, Phil and Sarah, and you're like, oh yeah, now you've lost your line in queue when it comes to Fancom. Guess what? You're not getting the supply.
I think, here's the thing. I think Cloud was they went hard on Cloud because that was what spoke to Satya. Because don't forget, Azure was like the bit before AI came along. It was Azure, blah 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 blah, and
As a
that's
cloud,
how.
yeah.
And playing into the whole cloud and strengthening Microsoft's company, Microsoft as a cloud company. That's how they got it on board. They went too hard in on cloud, because cloud's just not taking. There's a reason Stadia is not around anymore. Amazon Luna is not that is that even still a thing? I think they were.
Luna,
I heard Luna were,
kinda.
like, winding down on it or something.
They're
like
winding
that.
down on it, yeah. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Amazon Prime still like has games for Luna, but you know.
Because this is it, and then Microsoft got two. They couldn't see the forest through the trees. Basically, they were too big on we need to beat Google, we need to beat Amazon. It's like cloud isn't ready. People aren't ready for cloud. It's not a good experience. There are games that could be a good experience, and the way you adopt the masses into it is by having super hyper casual games whereby my missus, your missus would be like, oh yeah, let's play that game because you can get it on the cloud, blah blah blah. It's a $5, or it's $9.99 or something like that. Or we'll just get Game Pass on the TV and we'll play it like that. Like it's one of them. That's how you get people on board with cloud. People don't want to play Halo on cloud. People don't want to play 007 First Light on cloud. It's just not the optimal experience. Those types of people, they want to play on a console, they want to play on a PC.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
it, really. There's a lot of things that they can do. And this is actually one of the things that we do is like in my companies, we help publishers create complementary revenue streams on top of what they're doing. So like we've got a Steam gift card, if you like. So Steam are actually getting rid of gift cards
There.
because they're basically really bad for like money,
Scamming people.
And money laundering and stuff like that. So we've created like a Steam gift card. It's called You Choose. You probably see it in Argos. There's basically like a selection of like 8,000 games or something like that on there, 7,000 games, whereby you can go and you redeem the Steam code for it from like you would from a online retailer like a Loaded or something like that, and you just redeem it like that. And if you open it up, it's got like loads and loads and loads of games on it, and we're doing a gift card. So things like that, like the code, putting game codes in to energy drinks to get them in the physical retailers, Steam codes again as well. So anyway, yeah, not a shameless plug of my company there, but what I'm saying is they need to do things, not those things necessarily, but they need to do things like that. Like they need to do more along licensing on TV shows and stuff like that as well. That for them is a complete goldmine. I mean, the Halo, I don't know how they managed to have the Halo one so bad, but like, think how good the Witcher TV series was.
Mm-hmm.
Think about an Elder Scrolls TV series.
An animated one. You saying that I want you to look at something I'm about to send you. After what you've just said. I'm not going to say anything or anything. I'll just look at that.
Mm-hmm. Who sent you that?
I'm not going to say who. I'm not calling people out. But
Okay, no, yeah. I mean, like, type it.
okay.
But yeah, no, that's yeah, exactly. They need to do more of that stuff because that's basically just licensing. That. And that is, for them, is easy money. They actually don't really have to do anything. It's like what they're doing to Disney games. Disney just get a license fee, maybe have to consult a little bit with law and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah. And he has, all I say is, very worked. He is very, very worked on high budget stuff. He has his latest product, like helping, was on the not Game of Thrones. What's it called? The House of Dragon.
Okay, yeah.
He helped do that. So.
Okay. How would you fix Xbox then? Because I feel like I've ranted and you have also said stuff. But I want your your thoughts.
Okay. Do you want me to start with Xbox now or Xbox Project Helix, which is not going to come out next year?
I think give a little bit of both.
Okay. So, right now, drop the console prices to at least 450. Put it at 450. 450 for Series. Yeah. Get people on that console before GTA comes out. Fuck it. Promote. Like, put a trailer in of some like old footage of GTA as like a promotion thing. Get people excited to have that console. That's One way. Two, don't make your games exclusive right now. Wait to make them exclusive. Try and recoup some of your costs for the next few years. That's the second thing. Project Helix, I don't think is coming out next year. For one simple thing.
It's intended to, but I don't think it's actually going to.
I think it's because of the fact that they keep calling it a console now. They're not calling it the hybrid console. They're calling it a console. I think they're getting rid of the Steam factor. I think they're going to push Windows storefront and not Steam whatsoever. I think the next console will be Windows exclusive towards things, because it makes no sense for them to have Steam. Literally no sense. There is no profit margins, nothing at all for them to own that console. Like, there's literally no point owning that console. We don't know if they're going to go through the OEM route of things. I feel like consoles are very expensive, so let's try and cut the cost. Let's not release the console with a controller. Let's have removable storage. Let's have just like a certain 1 terabyte external hard drive in space, and then you can add to it like you can with this Xbox and with the PlayStation. You know, lower the pricing of that.
Yeah.
But I think exclusivity should be out, not a question right now. I want them to push for exclusivity, but when the time is right, and the time is not right whatsoever.
Here's the problem with what you've said there, and I understand exactly why you're saying it, and the logic to it financially is definitely bang on the money, but it sets the wrong message going into Helix, because if you don't show commitment now, you run the real risk of people abandoning the platform going in, and I think that's why they've started bringing them back. They're like, hold on, we need to show people that there's a reason to invest in to stay on the platform, and it's not just people buying, Dave. It's third parties. If third parties, to be fair, if third parties abandon the platform in any meaningful number, the next thing is dead on arrival.
Oh, okay, that's great. Great. I understand that. Now, my next part.
They're gonna have to take a loss somewhere. Anyway, go on. Yeah.
My next part is no longer release your games on Game Pass day one. That's
a very obvious move. Yeah, a good one.
And one thing we've already seen: keep Game Pass the way it is, but add major third party first, like major AAA first third party publishers in. We're seeing it with Persona right now. Persona 6 is day one Game Pass. That is bigger than what people think it is. Like,
I agree with you. Or if you're going to do it, restructure it whereby anyone who wants to get the games day one and Game Pass has to pay, and it's way more.
Yeah, like if you're paying like maybe €40 for AAA games like that are coming day one, like, yeah, maybe, but
what is it at the moment again? Is it €20 now?
It's like 23 or something like that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the console version, if you have PC, it's cheaper, but you know.
I think if they increased it to like €35 a month for Ultimate, with like, and that did have all the day ones, but then there was another tier which is like they arrive after a year, and I think you can maybe justify it that way, because that will be the people who want to play all the Microsoft games day one, but they also spend a lot of money in the platform if they're willing to pay that amount of. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I do. But like, as like we say this constantly now for like the last bit, it's so impossible for them to get themselves out of this loop. No matter what they do, they're in a loss situation.
Oh yeah. This is what I said. They're gonna have to take some losses, and they do need to definitely do something about Game Pass. It's one of those things. It's like they're falling a little bit on their own sword with it.
And as you've actually touched on it a lot. Project Longitude, the cloud service. I think they're still going to release that just under a different name and a different rebranding of it. As in, that will be the cheaper way of getting into the service.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a small little box, like an Apple TV box type of thing, is what they're going to do.
Yeah. Okay.
So, like, I do agree that cloud streaming is going to still be there, just in a different way.
I think that's the best, and I actually think that's the best way anyway, in terms of in a different way.
But how do you even do it though?
You can't market. It needs to be. It needs its own branding.
Yeah, like I think it's 200 quid, but pay 300 quid, you get a controller and a year of Game Pass Ultimate. Like, it's the only, like, so 300 quid for a year of Game Pass Ultimate and then a controller, but 200 for that box by itself, you know?
I don't even think it needs it doesn't need a box though. It's just an app, isn't it?
It can be.
An app on a TV.
It can be, but like, people don't want just an app. Like as we've already discussed, like I feel like having some sort of hardware.
You can get it on a Fire Stick, mate.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
But yeah, like, I mean, like the 4K Fire Sticks, by the way, are only about
20-30 quid.
Yeah, they're not expensive.
No, they're not.
They're inexpensive. So if you did like a $99.99 bundle with a controller, your quid's in then, and then make it like you said, or you could even just do like make it 150 or 149.99 USD, euro, pound, and have it with a year subscription to the streaming Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get Ultimate, you don't get it on the console, blah blah blah. You're only the streaming one, and I think you need to off. And I think, and I wonder if you agree, it needs to be a curated experience. You need to be pushing and promoting games which stream well for a more casual audience.
Yes, but there's also like remember when it came to Phil, he was like, "Oh, we're never going to lose the power console, like the power of the console generation anymore." Ever since like Scorpio, but we see Asha basically just go, "Yeah, we need to make things cheaper. We need people to play more games." So like, you are correct, but at the same time, they're also saying we need to work on bigger franchises. Would you see a world? Like, this is pure delusional now, so like this isn't something that I'm saying, but would you see a world where Elder Scrolls is exclusive?
Yeah, I do. I think it will be. I think here's the thing. I think the intention is for it to be exclusive.
Yeah.
I think the intention at the moment is to have that game exclusive and to have it for next generation.
Okay, yeah, like I feel like it's like releasing, like that's why I feel like you postpone Helix and like we get Elder Scrolls 6 in 2028 and it's a launch console.
Here's a prediction I have for Helix now.
You heard it here first. Get ready. We'll clip it.
Okay. So I think that Project Helix it's console, like you said, but I think it's going to it's lower back rather than having the Series S. I think they're going to have an updated streaming handheld like they've got with the one I played at Gamescom last year.
The ROG?
The ROG Ally, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to have a new partnership on a handheld.
Mm-hmm.
And potentially some other kind of partnership on the console that is a cheaper barrier to entry, and then they'll have the more expensive one.
You see, but that's the problem.
They'll both be streaming though. Here's the thing. I don't think it's going to be a lower. I think it's going to. They're going to be streaming focused. They're not going to be. They're going to operate on the same hardware or the same bare metal basically, or that the main system itself exists on. Yeah, like the cut costs.
Like I feel like the console will be digital, but you will be able to buy an expansion to make it physical. You know, like the way the PlayStation has right now. Like there are like they will have to cut costs. Like I do see a way where you can physically or you can digitally own the games. Like, I feel like it's going to be the same console. Like, you're given the option to stream or purchase, but like, obviously through the digital aspect of it, if you buy the game, you're going to have a better experience digitally than you would streaming, depending on where you were. And obviously, like, this thing, like, if I get a console like that, it's going to be connected directly to the Ethernet port. So we are getting a console next year. It's just not Helix.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more in the vein of the ROG Ally type thing, a partnership.
Yeah. Like some sort of cloud streaming thing, but they won't necessarily push it that way, if that makes any sense. There will be one. Like, yeah. But to fix it overall, drop the price of the console now, get more people in now. I'm not saying to drop, like, see, this is my point. Like, this is the hard thing. You can drop the price of the console, but you need to drop day one Game Pass also. In order, there has to be sacrifices. And we've already seen one. We've already seen, like, Asha is no joke. Literally, she came in and said, all right, yeah, no, Call of Duty's gone. The whole purpose that ABK was bought for Game Pass, by the way. The whole purpose.
Yeah, I mean, also the amount of revenue it makes. But, like, I get what you're saying. I know what you mean. That was supposed to be the thing that saw Game Pass go from, 30 million-ish sort of subscribers to, like, 100 million subscribers.
But that's exactly my point. But that's my point. Like, the game was brought to the streaming service, and it lost like 300 million. Like, it was like, what was it that they said? They're like 50 billion under.
Yeah, because all the people who bought, this is the thing, right? Most of their most highly monetized user base is the people on the console, who are all, and the console people are mostly subscribed to Game Pass. They've got a huge attach rate for it, and so those people who they lost basically a huge amount because they didn't get the new subs that they thought they were going to get, because so many people on the console already subscribed. Is that available anywhere? How many? What's the attach rate of? Let me look this up quickly.
Yeah.
Right. Of Xbox console.
For me now, I just feel like, while you're looking at that, I feel like it's
how about this? The console rate for Xbox Game Pass is to be highly concentrated, with industry analysts pointing to an attach rate of 70 to 80%. 70 to 80%.
Of when?
Of people who have an Xbox Series console. Massive.
Okay, so, and that doesn't also accumulate for PC also, so...
That's just console.
Yeah, so calculator. So let's just say what? And bear in mind, they also did say that they lost millions of subscribers. Not like millions in, like not millions of, like, dollars, millions of subscribers when they had that price increase. Yeah. So let's just say there's 35, let's just say they have roughly 30 million Game Pass subscribers, right? How many zeros is that? Is that like
so, I don't know, but like the point being is, you're right. They need to do something to restructure Game Pass, and I think the only way for them to do it, they need to all of them that have been announced as day one in Game Pass they need to stick to. They can't.
Yeah. So next, like the next showcase that we see, like Blade, not Game One Day Pass.
Well, no, they can have the day one Game Pass, but we can be like, they need to announce the restructuring of the Game Pass tiers first. They need to say, look, we want to deliver on our promise that all games that come will be day one in Game Pass. But if you want the day one in Game Pass, it's a 35 or 34 euros 99, whatever it is, a month, and you get all the games into Game Pass day one. There will be the normal ultimate. That's like the super ultimate tier. Then there's just standard ultimate tier, which is all of the same games except they're a year after release.
Yeah.
Xbox Ones, and all the other third parties stay, and that stays, and maybe that even drops in price slightly.
It may be, yeah. Like, I feel like the price of Game Pass will go down if first party is removed.
Here's the other thing that they need to do is
Hit me with
in
it.
order to encourage people to buy from them. Obviously, you can when you buy a game,
You get 30%.
you get I think it's 20%.
It's 30% across the board, no? Oh, you mean for the if you get the early pass on like Fable or like the earlier ones?
No. When you buy a game on Game Pass, I'm pretty sure it's a 20% discount, isn't it?
Oh, that's what I was implying. As if like when there's like a new game coming out, you get a discount. Yeah, that's 20%. Correct. I thought you were talking about the distribution of the 70/30.
No.
Yeah. Okay, my bad.
But what I think that they should do though is to encourage people to be buying in their platform again. Is I think that they need to discount. So anyone who's not on Game Pass, who's not subscribed to Game Pass, they should automatically give the royalty discount that they're giving away to Steam or PlayStation off the game on their own store.
So bring it to 30.
You're making the same amount of money. And you're encouraging people to buy on your platform. They need to recondition people into buying.
Yeah, I 1000% of that. Like bear in mind, my whole purpose of buying an Xbox was to get it on Game Pass, like Gears and Revolution. But guess what? You're being so bear in mind, the transparency that we've gotten in the last few days has given us more information than we have under the Sarah and Phil tenure, where they're being more honest and they're telling us, look, we're about to have this big thing about to happen. So when we talk about Xbox again, hopefully it won't be for another month after today. Xbox, please don't do anything. But no, like there will be Xbox news. It's in July. That's July 11th. We'll be talking about get Xbox again, and that's when we'll know about the studio closure. And like, hopefully, that's not the only news. Hopefully, with the news, they'll come with a cheaper model of Game Pass or whatever. But I feel like we've been talking about Xbox for well over an hour now. Let's.
You know what we should do for fun before we move on. And actually, I think it would be a great thing for our listeners to help get involved in. Let's make a little white paper of things that we would like to see fixed for Xbox, and we'll submit it as one thing to their feedback thing.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I'll make sure, like, absolutely, we'll make like a document of it and add stuff to it. Absolutely. You want to do that now or later?
Yeah. We'll do that. We'll do that now, and I'll tell you what, we'll post it in the comments of the video.
Okay. All right, you go first. Name something.
Name something. What? Sorry.
Oh, I'm confused what you're asking.
Oh, okay.
Professional podcast right now.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, you're talking about what would we do to fix? We're making the list, right?
Yeah.
Console pricing. That's number one, right?
Yeah.
Game Pass tiers.
Yeah.
Fan
exclusivity, would that be a third?
I think exclusivity needs to be third. Yeah, we need at least a clear direction.
Yeah.
Exclusivity. They need to decide one way or the other. We both had different opinions on how we did that, but exclusivity, that's the bullet point.
Would you consider the first party games no longer on Game Pass a Game Pass thing or a separate thing?
I think that comes under Game Pass tiers.
Okay. So you still think they should be on the service, just the highest?
I think highest, as in if you're making $40 a month from someone, that's more than the. Do you see what I mean? Okay.
Counterpoint. What if it isn't on day one Game Pass, but you do get like a 20 to 30% discount for buying the game because you're a Game Pass member? So it doesn't completely cannibalize the sale.
It doesn't matter because if you're releasing on Steam, you can generally get a game for about 50% off because of distribution on Steam. Because obviously there's the royalty for, and then there's VAT, and they somehow get onto to marketplaces that don't pay VAT and stuff.
Okay.
So this is as long as the people, as long as they don't have, but the thing is, Microsoft, or at least Bethesda, do have a third-party distribution, so you can generally get the game cheaper on Steam. So it need to be a significant discount.
Okay.
If they're gonna do that,
it
need to be like 40%.
Well, as they said, the next 100 days of Xbox are going to be very, very different. So I'm looking forward to going deeper on that with you when it comes out.
But yeah, anyway, yeah. So okay, and then obviously there's this Game Pass. There's got to be UI. That UI thing, and then optimize mobile and streaming. I want to say that as well.
Yeah, I feel like if they can get to a very comfortable 1080 60 or a 1440p 60, like easily streamable service where there isn't much latency, like it's a huge thing, because that's just the problem with a lot of people's internets. And nowadays they don't, like, we're fortunate enough, probably, like I've got a gig, I'm fine when it comes to all that stuff, but certain people aren't.
Yeah.
So
okay. Yeah.
So let's will we move on?
Yeah, let's move on now. I think
the next time we talk about Xbox, it won't be in a better light, but hopefully it'll be talking about what comes next
and what's positive.
Yeah, absolutely. But do you know what else is positive? The next topic on the news here: Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic has brought in the Cyberpunk 2027 writer Tony Elias as narrative director.
That's good, because that game is a bloody good narrative.
Yeah, like Cyberpunk is pretty good. So hopefully this is signs of a great story going to be told in Fate of the Old Republic. And let's move our conversations over to some talking about Fable gameplay. Fable, we got a 30-minute demo, by the way, of what else you can do in the world of the game. The game looks great, as we've known to see. They talked about how there's a population of over 1,000 handcrafted NPCs, each with their own life and personality and features, written by the lead game designer. To find out how he made it, there's like the whole walk along that they do on the demo. They talk about how you can see a homeless guy, you can give him some money, he give him like some money and he gets a job and he kind of finds his way out. And then there is this, is it Megan, the merchant? Like, you won't talk to her, and like there's like these tick boxes if you want to have an interest with you, but she doesn't like you because you don't have the fancy clothes, you're not an entrepreneur, and you don't have like all these like liquidity like housing things. So like you go to another shop and like you go to buy these like fancy things, and like this merchant doesn't like you whatsoever because she thinks you're full of yourself. So she gives you an 80% increase in the stuff that you buy because she knows that you are wealthy, and things like it's those things. Fantastic.
So good, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely.
The role playing you're able to do in that game.
Like this, like that part of it is a game within itself.
Oh yeah.
Like the fact that you can buy everyone. Like you can buy everyone's houses and like you can jack up the rent prices to the max, and people will become homeless in the city.
Yeah. Because
you're an asshole, and it's fantastic. It's almost as if it's like real life, and and then
become the in-game trillionaire.
Yeah, and it's like that's living on the maximum income, or like 80% of your income is just rent. Yeah, that's livable. But then like then they show off a little bit of combat. And Joe, I don't know about you, but I'm liking how it looks. Some people don't, and I don't know why, but there we got to see the fire animation, which has been a staple in the game from the old ones. We've got to see the wind thing where they like lifted people up in the air. We also got to see cool teleportation where you teleport someone, then do an animation of attacking them. Like the combat, it will need a bit more polish, but I do think that it is going to look rather quite well. And we've got till February 23rd, and as February 18th, if you buy the premium edition, which is like €100, I don't know if it'll get me. I'll see. Like I'll be pretty much all hands on deck of saving money before Brazil, because it releases just before I go. So it'll be my last purchase, I think, before I go to Brazil.
I think I'm going to be buying early. That I'm so excited for Fable, man. I really am. Like I know it wasn't obviously like on my list earlier, but that was because of I've seen it loads of times. But I am so hyped for it. I'm so hyped for it. It's and the thing is the systems in this game give me lots of hope for Elder Scrolls 6. I think we're going to see a lot of this stuff come to Elder Scrolls 6 and these types of systems. You remember like the whole Radiant AI thing? Like this is like this on steroids, like and then some. It's like
yeah, no, the game looks phenomenal. Phenomenal, but we will see more of that. I hope we get one more combat like action gameplay thing before it releases. And then I don't want to see any more of it because I want to be lost in the world. And
if you want to see how hyped Dave is, by the way, for it, check out his video on it because he's done a reaction video and it's good.
Yeah, I've done a deep dive. I'm trying to do more content on the channel more than the weekly uploads. And like this week or the next 2 weeks is going to be hard. It'll just be the VODs from the streams. So Ocarina VOD will go up tomorrow night maybe if I stream. Hopefully, my back is killing me right now, so hopefully I can do that. But Ninja Theory have announced that Project Mara is cancelled.
Surprising absolutely no one.
Yeah, I suspect some people might ask what happened to Project Mara, previously announced horror title. I took the decision not to work on that anymore. These decisions are not ever easy, but I did so to take the opportunity to have all of the talent and expertise in the studio, all 85 creative working together to realize the potential of what Senua can be. So, as we know, Senua announced, very surprising. That's probably the biggest surprise of the entire showcase for me. Like, especially how long it took them to build Hellblade 2. Because remember, Hellblade 2 was shown off as a console launch game and it released like 4 years after the console launch. So
yeah.
So that was insane.
But the thing is, once you've created all the assets and things like that, and it becomes a lot easier. I suspect that they wrote it at the same time as well.
They had a plan for that, I guess. But then let's talk about why there's so many games. And one thing I haven't put in here, but I will put in, Valor Motors, a game that was supposed to launch in September, has moved because they said, look, there's straight up way too many games, so we're moving to October. And I love that transparency. Like, it's very good. And I'm not sure if you've seen the document, but I put in a lot of games here.
Yeah. There's so many. That's going to take us as long to read as it did me to read through that the next 100 days at Xbox. Wild.
Yeah, no, I'll quickly run through it. So we got Lies of P, The Fight with the Crown, Duskfade, Hell Let Loose Vietnam, Rirage, Grave Seasons, The Sinking City 2, Over Requiem's Brigadine Abyss, Agalos 2, Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 2, The Plague's Tale Legacy Resonance, Star Wars Zero Company, The Elden Ring Tarnished Edition, and that's
just August.
Yeah. Moving on to September, we got Blood of the Dawnwalker, Bioeden, Orbitals, Willmates, Halloween the Game, Valheim 1.0, Takeover 2, Marvel's Wolverine, RuneScape, Dragon Wells, another Eden Begins, and early access, yeah. Yeah, Trails of the Sky Second Chapter, Warhammer 40k, Dawn of War 4, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight on the Nintendo Switch, Dune Awakening gets its console release, Windrunners 23rd, I guess that's PC, Dragon Quest 11 gets its Switch 2 edition. Okay. Silent Hill, Townfall, Control Resident, Harvest Moon, Echoes of the Dead, Hot Wheels Infinite Rush, Onimusha, Sword One, and Minecraft Dungeons. That is September. You don't want to be releasing in September anymore, anyone. Please stop.
No. Yeah.
Like, I've already picked my September games.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, for me, it'll probably just be Blood of Dawnwalker. Looking at those, Marvel's Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine, like, it's literally Wolverine, Blood of the Dawnwalker, and possibly Onimusha. I don't know. But
maybe Silent Hill. I'm kind of interested about that.
Yeah. And then obviously you're getting Minecraft as well.
Moon, my missus will be playing Harvest Moon. I can tell you that one for free.
And then Minecraft too.
Dungeons.
Yeah.
Minecraft Dungeons, yeah.
And then for October, and this is the last month of big games because everyone doesn't want to release in November. Don't Fret, End of Abyss, Rayman Legends Retold, Dynasty Warriors Remastered, Ace Combat 8, Wings of Thief, Gears of War E-Day, Star Wars Galactic Racer. Oh my god, they released the same day? Oh my god, Gears of War E-Day and Star Wars Galactic Racer released on the same day.
No way.
I just realized that. Oh my god. Kingdom Hearts Collection, Dragon's Dogma 2, Dark and Arisen, Planet Zoo 2, Valor Mortis, October 13th, Castlevania Belmont's Curse, Tales of Arythea, Final Fantasy Resonance, Nintendo Switch Sports Resort, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, One Piece Grand Gourmet, Anomalith, Hello Kitty Party, and Phantom Blade Zero. That's October. And bear in mind, in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we're getting the GTA 6 trailer. And oh my god, bro. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah, indeed.
And then...
And you've got one last thing to talk about with your favourite
series, yeah. Assassin's Creed Shadows is getting one final update that will be revealed in 2 days' time. They're kind of, from what I've seen, some of the content creators are kind of hyping up this final DLC. Well, I'm not sure if it's DLC, but one final update before I think they might tie something into Black Flag, because Black Flag releases next month. And, or is it 2 months? I can't remember. But yeah, next month. And yeah, we have so much to do gaming wise. And seeing that game get one final update is something I'm curious about. I've it downloaded for that, but I'll get to it when it comes out. But that has been the weekly news. It's been much of a shorter segment on anything other than Xbox. Like, we have spent 20 minutes on anything that wasn't Xbox. So with that being said, we now move on to our spoiler cast. So if you haven't played James Bond 007 First Light, I'd recommend coming back, or this will be a segment that will be released later as its own clip. So we will also just release this as just the spoiler cast for James Bond. But yeah, let's get into it. We have both finished James Bond. What way will we go about this? You want to start off with talking about the gameplay, the story, anything like that, and then, because it's from here on out, it's just all cards off the table. It's just James Bond spoiler cast, like anything. So, do you want to work away with talking about your thoughts on the game overall, the story, or you just tell me how you feel about it? We'll go bit by bit.
Okay, hang on a moment. So what I want from you, what I want to do is I want to give you what did you feel? Rate the story out of 10, and what were your favorite parts of the story overall?
I give it an 8 out of 10 for the story. Like the first part of the game, I had a technical issue with the Elgato, which hindered my experience for the first 2 chapters. Mm-hmm. But going back into it, the story with how it made me care about certain characters within the game actually very much surprised me. Like your teammates from training to Greenway, throughout the later chapters. And for those who aren't aware, this is a spoiler. There are 10 chapters within the game, and each time I was like, oh no, how many chapters are there? I'm getting way too invested in this game. I don't want it to end anytime soon.
Me too, yeah.
And when we got to the resort, do you know the resort when you drive in on the boat?
Yes, yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, I'm absolutely loving this game more than anything right now.
Yeah, man, me too. I was so into it then. It was so good. When they send you on the Black Op, basically.
Yeah, and you're just like, I cared about this like character. It's like, who's this attractive woman here that you're trying to get at? And you're just like, yeah, and it's like a very James thing. And like just the writing for James and the actor himself did portrayed him a fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. Of course, an Irishman does it better than the Englishman. That's all I'm going to say.
Sean Connery, Pierce Brosnan, like, do you know what I mean? These are not Englishmen.
Yes, but like a fantastic relation, and the story, I can't wait to see where it goes. Like, it's very 007. It leads to something else. Like
it's set up for a trilogy. This, like,
yeah.
Remember the James Bond films they generally come out in threes.
Well, we say that, but Daniel Craig had 4. Or Daniel Craig? Yeah, Daniel Craig has 4.
Yeah, Daniel Craig had 4. Yeah. No,
so
there was do you remember the Pierce Brosnan ones? They sort of like
there was 3. Yeah.
And then it's the same with. Daniel Craig he initially got the 3, didn't he? And then
so what was it? It was 4. Casino Royale, Quantum Solace, Skyfall, Spectre, and No Time to Die. They're the Daniel Craig ones. All fantastic movies. And bear in mind, I want to say, I watched all of them movies leading up to First Light because I wanted to get into that 007 mood.
Yeah.
And like my missus never watched any of James Bond movies, and she enjoyed them. So I was like, because like James Bond is an iconic character in film, and I think we're about to see him become an even bigger aspect of that in the gaming industry. Because like obviously there was GoldenEye, the most prolific like first-person shooter. Like everybody knows about GoldenEye, and then there was like the 007 Legends. There was all those type of things. But back to this game, the DNA that IO have of hitmen like is very evident in this game. But this game's set pieces at the end of each chapter are phenomenal.
Yeah. The whole filmic portrayal of the game, like I looked forward to the gameplay bits as much as I did the film bits. Like it was top quality writing, top quality acting, from whatever they are. Oh god, the word you just said a minute ago, well, I can't remember it. It's late. Sorry, guys. But throughout each chapter, that's what I was looking for. Throughout each chapter, it was fantastic. Like do you know when remember when I first texted you, like and I was playing it, and we'd already talked about doing the montage and things like that.
Oh, the training montage, yeah.
The first mission that you go into, and they're after the rogue agent 009. And at the end of that, you're the guy who was a dick to you at the start, who you become friends with.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name now. And then he just gets killed right at the end of it. And I was like, oh my god. And I was thinking, I was like, I'm invested in this. And that's when I text you, being like, dude, have you gotten to the end of this chapter? Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, no, I feel like that first chapter. Like for you, when does the game start for you? Does it start at the nightclub or does it start in the chess game area?
I think it starts for me. I mean, the tutorial is kind of the montagey bit, isn't it? Really, and it's very cleverly done because they do that kind of shit in films to show progression. So it's very filmic of them. Ryan McCaffrey commented something saying they've done something very cleverly in James Bond and stuff, and I remember thinking, yeah, very filmic of them. I think for me it probably started at the nightclub.
Yeah, okay. So we're both in agreement there then. Like, I thought it was pretty cool, but like, I was kind of annoyed during that time period because of the Elgato not working when I tried to record the series, because I recorded the first 2 episodes. And then I kind of was just too annoyed. I just said, okay, I'm playing this game myself, just going to play more. And each chapter's got better. So we went from the nightclub into the first mission that I think is... Very Hitman. Yeah. And like getting around, like I just loved hacking things. Like, oh, and you turn on that Hoover. Okay, now go through. Yeah, like very, very good. And obviously, as we're aware, like James isn't a 00 yet.
No, at this point,
he's not like
he's done the training.
Yeah, he's done the training, and so like he isn't. He's very brash. He's like, well, fuck this. I'm going to do this myself. And we like. I'm not sure what way you went about doing the missions. So for me, I bumped into, was it Cassadra?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but the list makes it harder for me at the moment. All right, but
Cressida, is it? Cressida.
yeah, Cressida, that's it. Like I bumped into her, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I was just like, "That guy over there is dodgy. All right, I'm gonna see." And then,
You bullshit. Yeah.
but like I met her earlier than that, and then like I noticed that when you go to a certain area and you come out the door, she actually is outside, and like apparently that context also happens there too. And it's like with other double O agent, well, like trainees, double O trainees, like there's like another person like, what are you doing here? Like you're supposed to be outside. And like everybody knows you're not supposed to be here. And you're like, I've got a hunch. I'm following that guy. And then like that ending of that mission, so awesome. Like you followed him down to the basement. And like as you said, like when the guy dies, I forget his name.
Greenway.
No, not Greenway.
Yeah, I forget his name as well. Yeah, so there was Cressida and I can't remember, but yeah, when he gets killed by like the whatever they're called,
the twins, the Letter twins or something like that. But that was phenomenal. And then you see Greenway, and you're like, "Go chase him!" And then you go into the car chase, and then like that. And then that's when I was like, "Oh my god! Like, is this how this is going to? Like, is this how every chapter is going to be? Where it ends in a massive set piece?" And long and behold, it did.
Yeah, and I thought it did it incredibly well, because obviously that was the end of sort of Act 1, because obviously you had all the training like and stuff, and then the bar scene, and then or the nightclub or whatever, and then you had that main mission, which was quite a long mission, to be fair.
All the missions are like roughly over an hour long.
Yeah. The longest one I think is the second last one, isn't it? Like the one where you're in Antarctica.
Yeah.
Anyway, but they all have this incredible. There's like a finishing piece really at the end of like a few of them, where you have like your acts 1, 2, and 3, and I feel like the ending of the on your on the second last mission at the end of Antarctica, when you end up in prison by the MI6, is kind of, because you've got to say Rogue, is like, it's kind of like that's the end of Act 3 almost, and then like what happens after that is like some kind of epilogue or something. Is that the right word?
Kinda.
Epilogue, when it's afterwards.
Yeah, when you're in MI6.
Yeah. When you're in MI6 and it's like being infiltrated by whatever his name is, the mental Damien, who, by the way, I hope both of those characters make an appearance, but I hope that Damien is.
Damien's gone. He's gone.
No, he's gone. But listen, but you know Thea, like the
yeah.
I hope he's Damien's like an AI that you see that we didn't know about.
Oh, that'd be insane. Like
and that woman, is it Isa? Is it?
Yeah.
I hope. Where do you think she's from? Right? Do you think she's private for hire, or do you think she's another agency?
I think it's another agency, because they do have like records of her, like that we do see about in the game. So, but it's more so, it is the classic 00. Oh, she's actually working for somebody else that we didn't know about. So, and like that's where it kind of ends off, with that big, massive window. So we won't actually know until the next game, I guess.
It's set up so well for a second game.
Absolutely.
And to be honest with you, if IO don't get the trilogy, because there will be 3, if IO don't get the trilogy, then there's something wrong with Amazon MGM. They're so stupid.
No, it will. The game's reached 3 million copies sold. It will. They will do that. Like they are dumb if they do that.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah.
I want to ask you, where was your favorite setting?
On the island, in Vietnam, was it?
Yeah, in Vietnam.
That was one of my favorites. The first main mission in the mansion in Czech Republic.
Slovakia, you mean?
Yeah, Slovakia.
Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't much like the missions in what was it? I can't remember that the pirate place in Somalia. Didn't really much like
The
that.
Mauritania or something like that. The
Yeah,
Mauritania.
yeah. I
Where we
didn't
got to
like
see the
that.
famous Lenny Kravitz.
We did, and that was cool. But I didn't like the area. If that makes
Yeah, I didn't like it either. Yeah, I agree with you. But they promoted him way too much before that game came out for him not to be. He wasn't.
yeah, well, he's got the DLC, doesn't he?
He's DLC, yes, but we didn't know it at the time. But
No, we did not. No.
like I was just like, really, this is the big thing that you have. I thought he was a big bad guy. Like, and
Yeah.
he's not even that much of a big bad guy. He's just a drug lord, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. He's not.
But you know
I
what?
actually think that he's going to be the important bridge between finding out and to getting to the
The next game. That's a good shout. Good shout.
He's going to be how they get the information for. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, but I feel like I think what I'm going to ask you next is what was your favorite end set piece of the overall game?
I liked finishing the at Web Enterprises
Mm,
and then at Web Industries.
Nightfall.
Nightfall, yeah, and the one before that, I think.
Uninvited, yeah, when you're on your way home.
Exactly.
That's
yeah.
my favorite. That entire
Yeah, me
sequence is
too.
my favorite, yeah.
Yeah. Me too. And then when you get home and then you have to fight the assassin and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
that
really
one's
good.
that one's in Uninvited that leads into Nightfall. So like that chapter.
I really like the fighting in the game.
Yeah, no, fantastic. Yeah.
I did. I did this thing like, and a few times when when there was loads of guys, I went around just to hand everyone rather than shooting them. It was so fun.
Yeah, like I literally like, did you see that cup of tea? It's getting launched at. Did you see that bottle getting launched at?
You
Yeah.
just pick stuff up and throw it, then charge at them, and then like yeah.
Like the hand-to-hand combat is where like when you run towards someone and like you hit punch them, the weapon goes up in the air. You grab the weapon and then finish him off yourself. That type of thing is so cool. That is probably one of the best combats I've seen in a while. Bear in mind, is it a bit janky? Of course, but for the type of game it is, it's fantastic because this game,
amazing,
we need more of these type of games. Like,
I actually think the stealth is really good as well. Like the
Yeah.
stealth in the game, like thank God, and this is where the Hitman thing, like, and the IO experience there comes into it because the stealth is so good. And actually, I haven't gone in, and I'm sure you probably will if you go for the platinum and when you have the PlayStation.
I was going to, but the trophies are currently bugged.
Okay.
I have all the MI6 cases.
Yeah.
It says in the game I have 23 out of 23, but on the PlayStation thing it says I've got 22 out of 23. So I don't know what the story is there. So I'm going to leave it off for a while.
There's like the advanced ops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You basically go and you like pure them or something.
Yeah, but I've got all the collectibles that are there because the game says I have it, but the PlayStation doesn't register that. So I hope it's something that they fix. And like I've actually looked it up. People do have this issue, so I'm not going completely insane. But yeah, no.
How many achievements do you have?
I think there's 36, and I've got
There's 37.
36. Yeah, like it's 36, and then the 37th one is the platinum. If that makes sense to you.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think I've got like 30, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, you've got more than me. I've got 23.
Yeah, but it is. Oh my god, I love this game. I like. All I can say is that in the sequel, like I'm pretty sure IO published this game themselves.
Yeah. No, they didn't. Amazon MGM.
No, I'm pretty sure that they're publishing the games going forward.
I don't think so. I think it's Amazon.
Okay.
Who's? We'll double check this.
Like I was pretty convinced that they published this game by themselves, and then
No, it's definitely Amazon.
Amazon or
Amazon Studios and MGM will publish any future James Bond games.
yeah, will feature any future ones. Like, but they didn't publish this one. It was just IO.
On Steam. No, I don't. Hang on a moment. Let me just get to Steam. I'm pretty sure it's Amazon again because I remember in the boot screen, Amazon are there.
Well, it's because Amazon own James Bond.
Potentially. Oh no, it is IO. You're right. It is
Yeah.
IO Interactive as the publisher, yeah.
And then the next game will be fully published by MGM and Amazon, which means the budget should be better, which means we could be in for a better game. And I don't know how you can top this. And I don't know how you can top this because this was pretty good. This so far is probably my game of the year. Like it was Pragmata up until I played this. And this game has absolutely just made me very excited. Yeah, made me very excited for what comes. So, like, if I would say the story, like the writing in this game, also one of the best written games I've outside of an RPG. Like, it wasn't very corny. It wasn't very like marvelly writing. It felt like a James Bond movie.
Exactly, yeah, and you know what? And it managed to be, like they said, fit a modern audience without being too overly PC.
Yeah, when I first heard that, I was very worried. I was like, "Oh,
I was too." Yeah, I mean,
terrible writing, but it's much better.
I don't want that. Yeah, I don't want that in the games that I want to play. I don't.
Yeah, absolutely, me too.
People like it, but not for.
Yeah, no. Like Greenway is a standout. Like your whole how he's an asshole to you throughout the majority of the game, but then once him and James kind of
James Bond earns his respect basically. You earn
his respect from start to finish. Like and then like obviously at the very end of the game, you become 007.
Yeah.
Because what was she going to make you?
001. She was like, you're going to be, I guess you're the only one, so you can be 001. He was like, no, it feels like I want to be 007, partly out of respect to the others that were lost, and also because it kind of feels right. And what's her name? M goes, well, it is my lucky number.
Yeah. So, what did you think of Moneypenny?
I thought all of the cast were brilliant.
Yeah.
Really
Q also very good. And what, like, we haven't really talked about the story much, but the twist, like the infamous James Bond twist that we got, where we found out that 009 wasn't the bad guy at all. I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then you see Greenway was just so annoyed, and you're just like, and as
Greenway went and lost his shit a little bit, and then that night, obviously, that's when it all
kicked off. Yeah. But like all of that was just so good, and then finding out more information on the Thea is actually incorrect because she tells James at the start that there's like a 1% chance of him getting like people to safety in Iceland, and then he's just like, yeah, no, I'll take my chances. Absolutely good. I cannot wait to see how they go further. I think the mask and the design the mask design is pretty cool. I'm disappointed I didn't get that collector's edition, but I'd say we'll close up here because we've had like a decent chat about it, and like I think we just both know this game's going to be it's very rare that we both play a game and finish the same type of game, you know.
At the same time,
and like we won't know when the next time will be. We'll definitely do one for the sequel when it comes out. But so any closing comments on what you hope to see more of in the next game that they could have built on in this game?
More of the same, very much more of the same, in a lot of ways. What do I think they can improve? I mean, it's clutching at straws here. Maybe they can give you more ways to complete. Maybe missions are open-ended, they're very open-ended. And I would like maybe even more choice there, I guess. Maybe some slight improvement with some of the physics, I guess. In terms of allowing you to be a little bit more creative in terms of some of the places you can climb to, maybe. And I'm clutching at straws. Some cool new gadgets and stuff, obviously.
Absolutely, yeah. That one's given.
But it's reaching. It's very, very close to. I just want another good continuation of that story with much more of the same and only a sprinkling here and there of improvements. What about you?
I feel like being like in the choice and consequences, actually being fully restricted from an area. So like, do you know the way there's like a lure and bluff option in the game? I feel like if we actually had more of the not the 007, the Hitman part, where it's basically, dress as this person, get this disguise as like a waiter or something, so you can get that type of thing. But the only other thing would be maybe fix the driving a little bit. It seemed a bit too stiff. But other than that, I think the game is phenomenal. But there you have it, everyone. That is our spoiler cast. Joe, where can people find you if they want to talk to you about this game and any other game in general?
Find me right here on this very channel, Mr. Davey Boy or Davey Plays.
The name of the channel is the GameChat Podcast. So
GameChat Podcast. Yeah. Find me here on the GameChat Podcast. Find me as on platforms as Mopish Lawyer. Find me at my game distribution company, 3 Gaming Pillars. And yeah, I look forward to hanging out with everyone again.
Yeah, we'll be back next week with hopefully no Xbox news. Let's hope they don't step in any more rakes, and we shall see ye in the next video.